On the same day that Jeff Bezos took his space flight, the Federal Aviation Administration changed its requirements for earning astronaut wings. Now, a person must fly 50 miles above sea level and demonstrate, quote, activities during flight essential to public safety or contributing to human spaceflight safety. Bezos flew 62 miles above Earth's surface, but because his aircraft was autonomous, there was nothing for him to do. So, wah, wah, Jeff Bezos doesn't get to be an astronaut.
Yeah, I don't think I don't really care that he doesn't get to be officially called an astronaut. Yeah, just like you said, the smallest violin in the world is playing. It doesn't really matter to me. Now, I was, and I discussed this a little bit actually with Ryan and Emily last week. I'm for a private space travel. If these people want to fund this themselves, I don't have any problem with it. And I think there will be, down the line, there will be beneficial social impact from this. I talked about how commercial airline travel used to be just for the super rich, and then there were a lot of market innovations in it, and now it's something everyone can do, and we can all suffer through together. Thank you very much, TSA. And I something like that could happen with space travel too. That said, we don't need to fall over we don't need to change the the federal guidance in order to humor Jeff Bezos and Richard Branson and whoever else and keep them perfectly happy at all times. I'm fine to probably join you in that, in denying them that that satisfaction.
I think most of us thought that being an astronaut meant that you somehow were working the aircraft. So it's like, yeah, I get on a commercial flight all the time. Does that make me a pilot? We don't even call flight attendants pilots. So I was just under the impression that an astronaut was somebody that had to do something. It wasn't just a passenger on the spacecraft, but somebody that actually did contribute to the space flight. Now, their definition is a little bit different because they're saying you have to contribute to, they had, what was the exact terms that they had? There was a couple of different things that they were claiming you had to contribute to that weren't necessarily to the actual flight itself. But that's what my impression always was. And that's what I think it probably should be. Because if we are going to commercialize space travel, then yeah, I mean, anybody who gets on a spacecraft, are they an astronaut? It just, again, I'm not a pilot just because I'm riding in a commercial airliner.
It's participation trophyism, right? That's something a lot of people on the right, and just a lot of people in general, complain about this. This drive to just reward everyone, particularly kids, for everything, make them think they're all winners for tying their shoes. This is the equivalent of that for billionaires. Oh, you're an astronaut, good job. It's not something to encourage or probably to care about that much. Like you said, we're not. I took a flight yesterday from South Dakota. I'm not a pioneer. I'm not settling this.
A pilot?
Or a pilot. I haven't settled the Old West or anything of that nature. So it's fine.
Wah, wah for those billionaires. Oh, geez. But look, what they have contributed is, I do think, as much as I think it was a giant waste, and especially of my money, apparently, because Jeff Bezos says that I helped pay for it. I definitely think this was a big waste of money, and really just these guys trying to go after military contracts and or whatever. But I'm not going to discredit the importance and the impact that this will have on future potential travel or space travel, but nonetheless, not astronauts.
And we're glad they all came back safely. We always want everyone coming back safely from efforts from trips like this. We'll have more Rising after this.